back to my channel. My name is Bree. This is Balancing Life with Bree. If you're new here, hi, hello. This is a scheduled Sunday video. In these videos, basically what I do is I'm going to tell you the meals that I decided to eat for this week. I try to make your guys' life as easy as possible because we all know the number one argument in relationships is what are we going to eat for dinner? So I try to give you guys the ideas of what I'm eating, and then literally just grab your phone, open up your notes section, grab a piece of paper, and I'm going to give you all the ingredients you're going to need so you won't have to hunt anything down. I'll have all the ingredients for you for every single recipe. If you guys like these videos, please make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and make sure to subscribe down below. But other than that, I'm going to jump right into it. So first thing I'm going to be making this week is sweet, savory, and stuffed chicken pot pie. I have not made this in such a long time, and I'm actually going to make it tonight for dinner, and I am so excited because your girl is hungry. So quick side note before I get into the meal for the day, for those of you who have just been like hanging out with me, I am still actively training for a half marathon that's in October. I ran 4 miles today. I am tired, but I'm feeling good. Also, that's Josie. You guys will see my dogs in the background. Most likely they love looking out those windows, and it looks like there's somebody outside. So they're probably gonna be looking out the windows a lot. Oh, that's Rex. Okay, anyway, so let's get into this chicken pot pie. First things first, you're gonna wanna cook up your chicken. So I just bought this all natural Tyson thinly sliced chicken breast. You can buy any kind of chicken. The original recipe calls for chicken tenderloins, but they were like $2 more per pack, and I'm just like, I'll cut it myself. So I'm just gonna cut it up myself. I also like to shred the chicken when I put it in this recipe instead of the cubes. I just think it makes the chicken taste better, especially like leftover wise. I'm really weird about chicken leftovers, but shredded chicken seems to be okay in my book. Anyway, enough blabbing about that. You're gonna need some chicken, and I'm gonna cook that up with some salt and pepper. That's it. I just use this pink Himalayan salt. It's the salt that I use. I love it. So just to cook up the chicken, salt, pepper, chicken, done. You're gonna cook up your chicken. After that, you're gonna make like your pot pie mix, which what you're gonna need, I bought a bag of frozen peas. You're only gonna need a cup, but I just went ahead and bought a whole bag, and then I'll just keep them in my freezer until the next time I decide to make this recipe. And then I know I'm gonna get roasted again by my friend Shannon and her boyfriend, but here's my bag of frozen veggies. This is I don't pronounce it correctly, so I'm not even going to try, but I'll put it up there for you guys. Basically, it has carrots, celery, and onion already in it. So I'm gonna use half this bag as the mix for that. Maybe a little bit more depending on how much actually half the bag is. But it already has everything cooked for me. I don't have to worry about it. I just have to heat it up in the skillet. Everything's chopped, ready to go. Makes my life a million times easier. Next, what you're gonna need is some butter. I just use this Blue Bonnet. It's cheap. I don't know, it was like 99 cents for this whole thing. So I have some butter. Then you're going to need milk, chicken broth, cream cheese. I use this 1/3 fat, less fat cream cheese. You can use fat-free cream cheese. If you didn't want to make this super like low calorie, you can use regular cream cheese, whatever your heart desires. I'm just here to give you guys healthy recipes for the week. And then the spices that you're gonna need, it's actually not that many. You're gonna need some ground nutmeg, garlic powder, onion powder, and poultry seasoning. This guy was a little bit more expensive, but I've had him for a really long time, and I make this recipe like semi-frequently, so he's lasted me a while. And then on top is literally the best part is this crescent rolls. So these are the 90 calorie reduced fat crescent rolls. You're gonna need about 4 of them, which leaves you about 2 extra, so you can just like have them. Or if you wanted to make it a little bit thicker on top with the crescent rolls, you can use the whole container, and it'll just add a little bit more calories or points, whichever one you're on. I will make sure to put the calories and points on the bottom of the screen for you guys who are currently calorie counting and doing Weight Watchers or the Healthy app, but this is one of the recipes I'm gonna be having this week. Make sure to check out my Instagram because I'm gonna post pictures of all these kinds of things, all my dinners on there. But this is what I'm gonna be making tonight. So I'll have this Sunday night, and then I'll have this for leftovers for lunch for Monday, and possibly eat this again Monday night. It all depends on how much I have left. I typically plan at least 4 meals, and then the rest of the time I can fill it with something that I have in my freezer or like a leftover night or something like that. So I am showing you guys 4 recipes today, and this is the first one. Now let's get to the next one. Okay guys, so my next recipe, I have made this kind of frequently, I think recently actually, is a chicken bacon ranch pasta. I asked Scott, I was like, give me one recipe for this week, like help your girl out. And he was like, I want your chicken bacon ranch pasta. So my honey gets what my honey wants. Anyway, this one, pretty low ingredient. A lot of the stuff you'll probably already have in your pantry. You probably won't have to pick up too much because I know I didn't have to get too much for this recipe. So obviously, first things first, you're gonna need chicken. I just got the same exact chicken breast, chicken bacon ranch pasta, chicken. You're gonna need some salt to cook your chicken, pepper, salt, pepper, chicken. That always goes together. That's like the typical trio when you're cooking chicken. Next, you're gonna need some low sodium chicken broth. Another thing that I like to do is buy ingredients that go into multiple recipes through the week, so I'm not wasting. So I'm gonna use this chicken broth for the last recipe and this recipe, just because, like I said, I don't like wasting ingredients. Sometimes I feel like I'll buy a chicken broth, only need a cup of it, and then it kind of just like sits in my fridge and goes to waste, and I don't like to let that happen, especially when groceries are so expensive. So a little random side note, but chicken broth. You're gonna need some Greek yogurt. I use this Greek yogurt for a lot of things. This is just a 0% milk fat, plain Greek yogurt. I also use this to make my pizzas as well. Some skim milk, 1/3 less fat cream cheese. You guys already know, cream cheese makes everything taste so much better. Then you're gonna need some protein pasta or any pasta of your choice. This is my favorite pasta that I've been using, especially that I've been going to the gym, trying to get more protein in my diet. This Protein Plus is really, really good. It doesn't taste any different than any other kind of pasta. It's 190 calories for 2 ounces and 10 grams of protein per serving, which is pretty good. And then you're going to need some ranch powder seasoning. This stuff is seriously so good. Fun, quick fact, if you ever wanted like an actual like ranch to dip your carrots in, you can always try this Greek yogurt, mix some of this powder in it, mix it together, and it is like a semi-dupe for ranch. Obviously, it doesn't taste exactly like ranch, but it's a pretty good dupe and it's pretty low calorie. And then last but not least, you can buy real bacon or you can get bacon bits like your girl, because bacon bits are significantly cheaper, and that's just the route that I like to go, and I think it tastes fine. So all you're gonna do is cook your chicken, cook your pasta, and then mix your cream cheese, broth, chicken broth, everything. It's like a 1-pot meal, so everything will end up being in your 1 pot. Serve it out of there. For Weight Watchers, this is between 3 to 10 points, depending on your like my personal points plan. So this is exactly from the recipe that I'm gonna be linking in my description box. Mine's a little bit different because I use a different kind of pasta. I use a different kind of milk that they ask for, all that kind of stuff. So just keep that in mind. Always put everything in your recipe builder, especially when you're first starting out, because it's really important to see, because points and calories do vary from brand to brand. So make sure you're really putting everything that you have in your recipe builder to make your life a lot easier. And it's about 246 calories per serving, which is it's a pretty big serving. It's about a cup to a quarter in a cup. So just keep that in mind as well. But this is a very, very, very delicious dinner. I love it. This is another one that I do shred my chicken as well, just because it's like a texture thing for me. And then like the next day, I think it tastes better when it's shredded versus cut in cubes. But to each their own, do whatever you like, whatever makes you happy. This is also a really like kid-friendly dinner, because who doesn't love ranch and cream cheese? Am I right? It's so good. So I'm gonna be having this, I'm either gonna be making this Monday and having it for lunch on Tuesday, or if my meal from today lasts me a little bit longer, I'll be making it on Tuesday. So like I said, just check out my Instagram. I'll show you what I'm making every single night. I did also mention like on here that I was debating on doing a YouTube like cook with me live video. If you guys are interested in something like that, make sure to comment down below and let me know, and I can try to set something up, because this week is officially my last week of volleyball. I'm helping out this week and this weekend, and then after that your girl is done, and the only thing I'll be focusing on is just like going to the gym and training for my half marathon, and that's literally all I'll have going on. So just so you know, this is another recipe, and let's get into my next one. Okay, so this next recipe, if you guys have been around for a while, you know literally has a chokehold on my life, because I think it is so stinking good. And it's Roy's Mac and Cheesesteak. So if you guys aren't following Roy already, his Instagram and YouTube channel is called Recipes with Roy. I would definitely recommend checking him out. He comes up with like these crazy recipes, super low point, low calorie, and they're really, really good. This one specifically is my favorite, and your girl tries to eat it all the time because I think it's so good. So what you're gonna need for this is first ground beef. I just use this Laura's Lean ground beef. My Kroger only had the 92% lean and 8% fat. Typically I try to get the 96.4, but this is the only thing that they had, so it's what I picked up today. So you're gonna need some ground beef, a green bell pepper. I did used to use the frozen green bell peppers, but I don't think they're as good in this recipe specifically. So I went ahead and I bought a normal green bell pepper, some onion. This is something that I do not care to use frozen. I think it tastes just fine. So these are just chopped onions. They're $1 at Kroger. Makes my life 10 times easier. I don't have to spend like 5 minutes cutting up an onion, doing it incorrectly, and then having my hands smell like onion for like a week and my eyes like crying. So you're gonna need those. You're going to need some salt, Italian seasoning, garlic powder, and onion powder. And then after that, you're going to need some pasta. So my pasta, yet again, is this Protein Plus. Pretty much I'll most likely use like half of this for my recipe earlier this week and then half of it for dinner. Just like I said, I like to reuse the same ingredients. It makes my life a heck of a lot easier. And then here's the key secret ingredient is this Fritos mild cheddar cheese. And when I first saw this recipe, I was like nervous. I was like, Fritos cheese, like a mac and cheese. I don't know how I feel about it. No, seriously, this is so good. I'm obsessed with it. And I get so sad when Kroger doesn't have the Fritos and then they like substitute it for their something con queso and it's orange. And I'm like, oh, I would never eat orange queso, ew. But I'm so happy they had my Fritos. And that's it. Literally, you cook up the meat with the bell pepper, onions, your spices. You cook up your pasta separately, pour everything together, pour this can in, mix it, and you're done. It's so, so, so good. It's about 7 points according to Roy's website, and that is if you're using fiber gourmet pasta, which I am not. Another one of those circumstances where you're gonna need to put in your own ingredients that you're using to determine your proper calorie and point count. And it is 356 calories per serving according to his website as well. I feel like it does make a really like good portion. It's about 6 servings per entire meal. So I'm literally only one person, and then, you know what I mean? Like it has leftovers. You're gonna have leftovers, which is nice. So this is what I'm gonna be making probably Wednesday into Thursday around that time frame. Definitely recommend this recipe, one of my favorites. The next recipe I'm going to show you guys is literally so easy, and it's not the most point friendly, but it's something that I've been craving and I've wanted it for a hot minute. So I'm going to show you exactly what I'm going to be eating. They're very, very easy, and let's get right into that one. All right, so my last recipe I'm going to tell you guys that I'm going to be making this week. I actually learned about this recipe, oh my gosh, I was in college. It was from the kids that I used to nanny in the summers. Their mom asked me to like help make one of these one night, and I was like, oh yeah, sure, that seems easy. And it literally was, and it's so stinking good. So what you're gonna do, these are just like taco bombs is what I like to call them. Just a little taco bomb. So you're gonna need some ground beef. Yet again, I got 2 of these. This is just the only ones that they had. So this is the one I picked up. It's Laura's Lean. So you're gonna cook up your ground beef, and then you're gonna add 1 packet of taco seasoning. I get the reduced sodium taco seasoning from Kroger. But honestly, the more I've looked at stuff, a lot of the taco seasonings are roughly around the same amount of calories, even if you count seasoning for your calories. So just so you know, this is the one that I use, but I don't really think I don't think it matters if I'm being 100% honest. So you're gonna cook up your meat, cook taco seasoning just like you would cook regular tacos. I might, if I have some extra bell pepper left from my mac and cheese steak, throw some of that in here. Throw some onions in here just to get kind of like a thicker mix of like a little bit of veggies in there. Once you cook your meat, you're going to let it cool. That's the biggest thing. You have to be semi-patient with this recipe because those ingredients have to cool, or it's gonna make your life a nightmare trying to do the next part. The next part, what you're gonna do is take one of these. So these are just like the flaky original biscuits. They are 180 calories per biscuit. So like I said, this is a higher calorie meal, but it's super, super good. It's a nice little treat. It's very kid friendly as well. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your grands, you're gonna smush it completely flat. Like you really wanna like thin this baby out. And then you're gonna scoop in some of your taco meat mixture, and then you're gonna pinch it up into a little ball. Wherever your pinch is, you're gonna flip it and put that on the pan, because you're gonna bake these just like you would bake them according to the instructions here. You can add cheese. I have this reduced fat sharp cheddar cheese. You can add this into each pocket, or you can put the cheese on top if you wanted it to be a little crispier. But that's kind of a personal preference. I like to put it a little on the inside and a little on top, so I'm getting like the ooey gooey cheese on the inside, but then like the crispier cheese on top. But yet again, it's a personal preference. And I love this cheese. You can have a 1/4 cup of it for 90 calories. So loving my reduced fat sharp cheddar. And then once they're cooked, you can dip them in hot sauce. You can dip them in light sour cream. You can put jalapenos on top and bake jalapenos in there. I used to do that as well. It's all kind of just like dependent on what you want to do, how many calories you want to use, how many points you want to use. I love these things, and let me reiterate, they are not like the 100 most healthiest things you've ever seen on this channel, but I do really enjoy them and I just kind of wanted to make them. I am going to have a busy week again because I'm subbing 2 volleyball practices and then I have a tournament over the weekend. So I'm just trying to prepare myself, make things easier on me, and then also have like a little treat for myself in the process. So those are 4 meals that I'm going to be making in this week. Also, just for like snacks and stuff like that, I bought some more almonds. As you guys know, those 100 calorie pack almonds are like my tried and true. I bought some more of my Chobani Flip yogurts, which I'll be showing you guys pretty much what I'm taking back for lunch on my Instagram every single day. I've been trying to bring those back. And then also I bought some more of my True Fruit chocolate covered strawberries because I think those are just like chef's kiss delicious and I don't feel very guilty eating them. So, you know, take that with what you will. Anyway, so I think this concludes today's video. If you guys like videos like these, yet again, please make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Comment down below what you're eating this week and get me inspired for next week, guys. I need more inspo. And as always, I want you to remember that every day is a new day to pop, lock, and drop those pounds. Bye, guys.